Welcome back to another episode of Curling to the Tee with Trevor. There is a lot that has happened in the last year, and I'd love to share some of those experiences. Love to share what's going on here in Ogden, Utah with the Men's World Curling Championship, and love to talk about some of my goals and upcoming events. Let's get started. Before I get into the main content of this episode from all of the different events and experiences I've had in the last year, I'd like to share with you where I'm currently at. So I have some really exciting updates from my curling journey. After completing my 5U years, having started in 2020, and putting in a lot of hard work and getting some great training and meeting some great friends and having an exceptional curling experience, I'm officially moving on beyond the 5U circuit or discipline. It's been a really neat opportunity, but now I'm ready for the next level of competitive play. So I guess you could say I'm officially retiring or graduating from my 5U years. I'm now looking for opportunities to compete in higher profile events, whether that's on a competitive mixed team, in mixed doubles, or as part of a high-level team that is doing a world curling tour. I'm open to teaming up with driven players who want to compete, grow, and take on bigger challenges. If you or someone you know is looking for someone who's committed, team-oriented, and ready to compete, let's talk. Long term, I have a goal to be part of a team that competes toward the Salt Lake City Olympics in 2034, which I am very excited about. Even if that means earning a spot as an alternate on a men's team, I've been committed to chasing that dream. Curling has given me so much already, and I'm excited for what's next. If you're interested in connecting or have opportunities to discuss, send me a message. Let's see what we can build together. Okay, to cover the other events that have taken place within the last year. A year ago, I was part of a team that competed at the Mopac Arena Playdowns in 2025 down at Coyotes in Phoenix. We had a great run. We played in a hard pool and had some good DSCs, and it was enough from a tiebreaker to earn us a place in the playoffs. We did have a great game against Team Blacksher, and that was our semifinal game. The video and the stream can be found on YouTube. We did play in our final game, but unfortunately it didn't work out for us, and we were the runner-up at the event. Unfortunately, it didn't earn us a berth at Nationals, and I was really bummed about it, so I figured, okay, we have something to work towards for the next year. In September 2025, we had Plys fly out for a curling clinic for our club. It was awesome, and we learned a lot of great stuff on and off ice. Off ice, we were able to go back and watch one of his games, and he was able to answer some questions and talk about strategy to help us understand how to better play our games. And then on ice, we were able to work on things such as slides, releases, throws, sweeping, and even had a mini game. It was really neat because he also worked on a little bit more of some curling techniques during the release, such as feed.
So to combat over curl is if you're throwing an intern from this way.
So coming this way, I'm throwing it toward you.
It's coming like this.
Yep.
Instead of aiming at the middle of the broom and putting just a natural rotation on it, is aiming at the inside edge or slightly inside. But then when you're putting your rotation on it, you're putting your rotation at this side of it. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
You're coming out, and instead of it being natural, it's out to it.
It's a little more.
Gotcha. So it's almost like you're pushing out towards the outside, but you're still aiming for the inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which was really good to learn. I had a blast, and it was a lot of fun to meet Chris in person. I highly recommend you invite Chris out to a curling clinic if you ever have a chance, or your club. Unfortunately, I did not get to compete in as many competitive events in the fall of 2025. I didn't get to compete in RMCI, which takes place over in Denver and is highly competitive. I also did not get the chance to compete at the Coyotes 5 and Under event. Didn't have my full team. However, I did sign up a team for the Fairbanks, Alaska 5 and Under, which I was super excited about. After we wrapped up the Fall League, we had a little break of curling, But I did have the unique opportunity to go with Ken Pomeroy to St. Paul, Minnesota to compete in the Big Spiel in January of 2026. It was the first time that I've ever been to Minnesota. It was very beautiful, especially around the St. Paul area. There wasn't as much snow, but it was still very beautiful. I got to enjoy some of the great curling clubs in that area. I got to enjoy Chaska, Frogtown, and St. Paul. Unfortunately, I did not get to Dakota or Four Seasons, but I did have a lot of fun. We did end up winning the 9th event for the Big Spiel, which I was super excited about. We played really well at Frogtown and happened to win the 9th event. Some of our videos and games are found on YouTube. Our medals were handed to us by Darwin Isdall. Darwin did give us the opportunity to have our medals given to us by Team Casper. They had come home a little early from a Grand Slam event, but for those of you who don't know, Team Casper was the Team USA of the curling team that was going over to Italy for the 2026 Olympics. And they were able to give us our medals, and it was really neat because Danny Casper, the skip or captain of Team Casper, handed me and awarded me my medal, which I was super ecstatic about. After the Big Spiel, I flew back to Las Vegas to pick up my family, and we all flew to Fairbanks, Alaska. There I met up later with my team, and we competed in the Fairbanks, Alaska 5 and under competitive event. It was really neat to go up there. It was very beautiful and highly recommended. It's become a place that me and my wife have loved, and we would love to go back. It was really awesome because I was playing really well and I had a really good team from my club. And we ended up being the second seed in our group, and that earned us a spot in the playoffs. Unfortunately, we did not make it very far in the playoffs. We ended up losing to the team who won the entire event out of Seattle from the Granite Curling Club. And what was really neat was our DSCs were pretty good. I was able to send some of my DSCs to our coach, Ken Pomeroy, and he looked at it and he said, "Wow, Trev," he said, "your DSCs are really good." He said, "These are Olympic level DSCs." I think my average was around 21 or 22 centimeters. And Olympic curlers have an average DSC of anywhere between 15 to 40 centimeters. So I felt pretty good having a 21 centimeter average. Unfortunately, we did not qualify for 5 and under nationals. And at this point, I am officially retiring, or according to some other curling friends, I'm graduating from the 5 and under discipline, and I'm ready for some more competitive events. If you watch the beginning of this episode, I kind of announce what kind of competitive events I'm looking for, whether that's a mixed competitive team, a mixed doubles, or a men's World Curling Tour competitive team. I did compete normally in our winter league. Went pretty well this season. Our Thursday night league, unfortunately, was not able to win the championship, but our Monday team, which consisted of a newer curler, won his very first gold medal, which was super exciting, and I was glad that he was able to take part in that. Then something super exciting happened. Don't know if you can see that, but the LGT World Men's Curling Championship came to Ogden, Utah for 2026. It was really exciting because our curling club had the opportunity to volunteer and help with different things during the event. I volunteered as an End Ice Assistant, and as I got my name badge and jacket and everything, I got to meet Matt Hamilton in person. I've been super excited to be able to meet Matt because I've had just little Facebook chats with him online and have wished him luck and congratulations from different events that he's had over the past years, but it was nice to finally be able to meet him in person. It was nice ever since I got to meet Becca, his sister, and that she did a clinic over here in Utah, but it was fun to finally be able to meet Matt. What was really neat was I had the unique opportunity to be also the flag bearer for Germany and Switzerland. During the opening ceremonies, I got to carry the German flag. I also got to meet the team, and I got to use some of my German because I lived over in the country for 2 years. and they were really impressed with my German, even though I don't get to practice it every day. Then, when it was the team spotlights, I got to be the flag bearer for Team Switzerland. It was really neat because I got to meet them and got to meet their coach, and I have to say it was an exceptional and life-unique experience to be able to talk with them, and they were impressed with my German as well. I got to share a little bit of my Swiss German, and that was definitely a highlight of the whole event. After some of my volunteer shifts, I got to go eat dinner, and it was really neat because there would be other volunteers or there would be other world curling teams in the area where we would eat dinner. And it was really neat because I was able to get a picture with Amos Mosaner, who is one of Italy's greatest curlers, who won gold in mixed doubles in 2022. And then I was able to get a picture with Team Sweden, which was a lot of fun. And then I also got to chat with Kevin Martin. It's been a number of years since I've had a Zoom call with him, and I was able to talk to him about some of those things that he taught me so many years ago, and I was able to remember it, and he had a smile on his face, and it was really fun to be able to talk to him and also be able to show him a little bit of my Curling to the Tee episode with him and share some of the things that he shared with us. As far as my volunteer work goes, I got to be the End Ice Assistant. So what that was is I basically would sit at the end of one of the sheets, and as the umpires would gather scores and stuff, I would assist those umpires and help put up the score on the scoreboard. Now, there wasn't just one umpire for all the 4 games that would happen at once. There were 4 different umpires, and so I would have to quickly switch between them, find out what the score was for my sheet, make sure I hold up the numbers for the other End Ice Assistant on the other side of the sheet to make sure they knew what the score was, and then I could put up those scores. It was really neat because I got to meet some awesome umpires, such as JP, who's from Korea. Very nice man. I also saw him in the Olympics too, which was really exciting. I also got to meet Aaron, Angela, and Anya, and a couple other umpires. If you watch in some of those games very closely, you can see me sitting in a chair in the background, or you can see me putting up the score. After volunteering at the LGT Men's World Curling Championship, I had a team that I went with from my club to the green and gold Bonspiel at the Rock Creek Curling Club over in the Denver area. We also got to play with my friend Jen Jacobson, which was a lot of fun. It was nice being able to see her again and to compete with her. Unfortunately, we didn't do so well, but we did have some great games, and I did make some great shots, and I was able to make some more friends and also learn some more things. USA Curling also has opened up an event. It's called the Emerging Talent Showcase, which will also take place at the Rock Creek Curling Club in the next month. I've signed up for it, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to do some on-ice training and show some of the national coaches what I'm capable of, learn a little bit more about strategy and nutrition, and hopefully get to meet some other curlers who also have some competitive goals in mind for the future. Who knows, maybe even form a team and possibly compete here in the near future. Okay, that pretty much wraps up our episode. I'm sorry that there wasn't a lot of curling technique or things that I could help newer curlers with, but it's more of sharing these experiences and what my next competitive goals are, and I'd love to see where the future takes me. I know that we have a curling clinic coming up this fall, which I am very excited about. I'm not going to announce that yet, but hopefully I will have an episode about it and share some of the things that I'm learning there. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed my video series, and I hope that I can continue to make great content for you and for newer curlers and to share my experiences and my curling journey with you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.